So I will share my screen now, then you guys just let me know if you can see my screen. Screen. So let me know if you can see my screen now.
Yes, yes, I can see your screen.
All right now. So this is yeah, this is Canva. So let me check if my record is still okay. It's recording. Yeah, so this is Canva. I've done a class on like introduction to Canva and how to work with templates, but then I did not record the class because then I was doing with my phone and recording at the same time and using Canva on my phone. It was like slowing my phone down. So today I'm just going to walk you guys through like the Canva tools again, like I did in the other class. Then I'll create a design. Probably show you guys how to work with templates as well, if possible. So can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, just help me type on the group that the class is ongoing, so probably other people can join it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So back to Canva. So this is the Canva interface now. So when you come here, you can see there are different tools. Here there's for you, there's docs, there's whiteboard. So there are two things you can actually do when you're working on a design on Canva. You can actually get a template to work with, like a ready-made template, or you can start your design from scratch. So if you look by the left here, the same thing you see like this is almost the same on your phone, just that the arrangement of the tools are quite different. In the phone, in the mobile app, this section by the left here that carries my personal details, all these details here is listed at the bottom in your phone. So you will see the same things at the bottom. So it's the same thing. You can use the same process I'm going to explain in this video. You can use the same thing on your phone, and it's not going to give you much issues. So now when you come to Canva here, like I was saying, you can either start by working with a template, which is a ready-made template, or you can start your design from scratch, which is like getting to save create your dimensions and do everything, import all your pictures and whatever. So now from the left here, this is the home, this is the Magic Studio. I'm going to skip the Magic Studio because it's not something we can start talking about now. So if I click on projects, to show me a list of projects that I've worked on this particular account. Currently now I don't have a Canva Pro because there's a way I usually get the Canva Pro, but I've not been able to get it recently, and I just have to hold this class. So I'll be working with the free Canva, but then there are ways to get it. I've explained how to get it in my Google Drive. There's a video I linked in my Google Drive. You can watch it and also know how to get the Canva Pro. So this is the projects I've worked on this particular account. So there are different accounts. You can have more than one account. You can join a team account. So these are the designs I've worked on here. Some of them are templates, while some are something I did from scratch. So these are folders, these are designs. It's just almost the same thing. Images. I think these are imported images here. There are some other things I do here on Canva. I just try to get one or two things. So these are the pictures that are imported. So yeah, this is just a folder where you see things that you can work on. So if you want to go back to any project and edit it, you just come to projects here. Then going to templates, like I said earlier, you can either work on a design from scratch or you can start designing with a template. So okay, I think we have one more person here. So Pro Tech, yeah, welcome. Yeah, back to Canva. Okay, I mistakenly clicked the brand, clicked back to home and templates. So let's wait for it to load. Yeah, so like I was saying, these are templates here. These are different templates here on Canva. Now, like I said, I don't have the pro subscription now. So there are some of these designs that I cannot use. Like this first one now, these first two here. If you look down here, you can see this crown and you can see it's written pro there, which means I cannot use it unless I have the pro subscription. So I'll just go and search for a free one. Let me. So now you can either just find what you want to design here, or you can come up here. You can see this search thousands of templates. So you can search exactly what you want to design. So for now, let me do a. What I'm going to explain today is how to design a webinar flyer. I'm going to do it from scratch. But then let me just search a webinar template and show you guys how to edit it before I begin doing the webinar, the main one. Webinar. Let me spell this webinar. So as I'm searching here, you can just come and search anything that you want to search, and then it will give you. As you can see, there are also you can see some options down there. So I'm just going to search this webinar flyer and wait for it to load. So you can see now there are different options here. So as you can see from the top here, you can see where my cursor is. It says there are 20,000 templates. So there are 20,000 different webinar templates that you can work on. 20,000. So you can just scroll through and find anyone that looks nice for you. So yeah, most of them here are okay. Like they look nice. So I'm just going to look for one and just edit. So let me say I'll click on this one. Oh, that one is pro. I cannot work on this one since I don't have a pro subscription. So let me look for a free one. Yeah, this one is free. So now as I click on this one, you can see purple, yellow, modern. That's the color of the name of the file, the way the person that designed it. You can see designed by Daily Creative. You can also follow the person here. So customize this template. If I click on customize these templates to take me to inside the projects where I can start editing anything I want to do, change image, and just do what I can do here. So now let my tools load. So now there are different things here. There is images, like I explained in one of the classes, I think the first class, about the elements of designs here. So looking at this design, there is shape, there is text, there is image. So this is a shape. No, this one is the text. This one now is a shape that they used here. This is the text. This is an image. So those are the things that actually build up a design. So now I don't know, some of my tools are not loading here. So let me try and edit this one now. So if you want to edit a template in Canva, all you just need to do once you have the project open, just tap on anyone. Same thing applies to your phone, so you're not limited to your PC. You tap on anyone like this, you can see it has highlighted this text for business for beginners. So let's say I want to type, I want to enter, what I say now, marketing for beginners, for example. So now I'll just double tap it. In order to edit the text, you need to once you tap on it, once you select it like this, you highlight it, you need to double tap it so it can give you these editing options now. So I can just come here and click on, sorry, I can just come here, cancel this and type and type whatever thing I want to type. So let's say marketing for beginners. Yeah, so you can see now, you can, if you look on these options here, you can see the size of this, you can see font size here. If you just type on minus, it's going to reduce it for you. For example, I don't want it big, and I want this 4 to be like the 4 to be inside that blue rectangle, rounded rectangle shape. Then I'll just space it like this, you see. So now marketing for um entrepreneurs, for example. Yeah, so I'm just trying to I'm just trying to do something here. So as you can see, I can still drop it down holding this handle by the any side of it. So you can hold the handle here. You can be able to reduce the size of it, or you can just go down here to this top place here and you just click on minus, and then it will decrease the size. Then you have to just click off and then you can position it well. You can also use your arrow keys on your keyboard and position it properly. So these are subtext. All these ones are subtext. You can still edit them the same way I showed you how to edit this one. Then you see this one, this is an image. So now how to get an image, how to bring in an image, for example. If you come here, you can see by the left here, to be sure you guys are hearing me, let me check. Yeah, if you can hear me, just indicate so I'll be sure. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, just
Can hear you.
okay, okay. Alright, so back to what I was showing you guys. Yeah, so if you can look by the left here, you can see there are different tools. There's design, there's elements. I've done a class explaining all these things before, but let's say I want to change this picture. Now, when I come to elements like this, um, it has to load, and then inside the element there are different things. There's shape, there's graphics, there's AI generated images. The way you can generate, let me just generate an image with AI, for example. But then let me just, if you scroll down, you can see other ones, sticker, videos, audio, charts. So there are a lot of things you can do here on Canva. Just fast, you can just put in something and do it quick, because most of the tools are here. They're already ready for you. So like for example, let me just show you guys something with the charts. So if I bring in this charts, once I tap on this particular one, just to show you guys an example. So you can see this particular chart, for example. I clicked it twice. So now this particular chart stuff. So if I put it here now, you can change the colors of this thing. Let's say you want to do a chart for an organization or something, or you want to just represent some details. You can come here, change the color. If you look up, you can see colors. You can come to this speaker here and adjust. You can type in the hex code for the color here. Just you can see it's changing. So let's say I put this one like this, and then for this other one, I want it to have a lighter purple color like this. So this is the chart, and there's also an option for you to reduce the, yeah, so you can see percentage here and line width. So if you reduce percentage, let's say you want to represent something in percent, 1%, 2%, 3%. So you can see you can take it up to 100%. So this is, can you guys hear
You
me?
stop your screen.
Oh, my screen is not sharing.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, so like I was showing you, this is not part of what I wanted to show you guys in the class, but I'm just thinking this is something you might want to know. So this is like percentage. You want to represent something, you can just do it here. There are a lot of other amazing tools here on Canva that you can just use very quickly to execute something. So going back to what I was explaining, I wanted to bring in an image to replace this one, just to show you guys how to how to import your images or get images from Canva to use. So this is AI generated image. Let's say we want to get a guy that is holding a laptop, for example, and this is just an image. Okay, so now I'll click on the AI generated image and then I'll type a prompt now. So let's say um, young man holding a laptop. So it will generate an AI image for us here, and then let me just click on search to generate different options for you to choose. So it's currently loading. Let's wait and see. Yeah, so you can see you already have AI generated images here of man holding a laptop. So I like the first one. So I'll just click on that one and then you can see it has dropped inside our project, but then it's now visible. Okay, this is actually a frame. Yeah, so I've placed it inside that frame and you can see now I've replaced that particular image there. So you might be wondering how I was able to drop this picture inside here. So this thing here is actually a frame now. Yeah, this is actually a frame. So what I'll do is to show you how to use frames and place your images. I would Let me import this image once more and then I'll just keep it here and then I'll delete this one. So you can see this is a frame now. So now to bring in this frame that has this, so you can drop your images inside. Let me delete this one. So you come back to the elements here. Under the element, there's an option for frame. You can see frame here. So now this is the first one is what they use there. So I'll use the second one like this. Like I said, you can just reduce the size, put it here, and now it's supposed to be behind this particular shape. So this shape was on top of the image. Another thing you can do is just to go to position and then bring forward and then it's here. So then I'll just drag this picture and put it back there. So you can see easy way. So this is just how to edit a template. So I'll start by creating a new project so you guys can understand some of these things that I'm explaining here. So let me close this one and head to, let me just go back here, close this one. Canva automatically opens your project in a new tab. So this is the Canva homepage. So like I said, I'll be explaining two things: how to work with a template and how to start your design from scratch. So that is like a brief explanation of how to work with a template. If you just understand how to edit your types, change your image, bring in shapes, change colors, that is just what you just have to do there. It's nothing really hard. So now back to how to start a design from scratch now. So now back to home here. So now to start your design from scratch, you see custom size here. So I'll click on custom size. You can either start with the custom size or you can upload a picture. Um, network. Yeah, so you can see custom size here. I explained this in the previous class as well, but then I'll still explain it again. Or let me just click on create a design, custom size. Yeah, so this is the custom size. This is an option for you to type in your own dimensions. So like I explained in our previous class for those that joined, the width is just like a vertical, sorry, a horizontal part of the design, which is from left to right, while the height is from top to down. So if the width is higher than the height, it's going to give you a landscape kind of artboard or kind of dimension for your design. If the height is higher, it's going to give you a portrait kind of this thing, a portrait kind of um, artboard. So now for this one, we're going to do the same, which is 1080 by 1080, which once the width and the height are the same, is going to give you a four corner artboard. So that's just like a simple understanding. Now Canva automatically have some of these templates for you to choose. So if you see custom size, it shows you Instagram. Let's say load to show you the Instagram portrait size. It's not showing me here, but then it was showing before. Yeah, you can see Instagram portrait size 1080 by 1350 square, 1080 by 1080. So the one I actually wanted to do was the 1080 by 1080, which is the four corner size. So let's wait for it to load. Let me be sure you guys can still hear me. If you can hear me, just indicate. Alright, you guys can hear me. This yeah, so our artboard has created here, but I think the tools are still loading. So let's hold on a bit for this thing to load. So before this one loads, let me be explaining some other things since it's taking time. So back to the elements here. There are also grids. If you want to create something like a collage for your pictures, there's an option here. If you click on see all, it gives you different options for you to pick. Different options. Yeah, so you can see different options. Say that I'm offline. Okay. Yeah, so it gives you different options for you to pick. So you can see different ones here. Back to the elements here, there are mockups. If you go down, there are mockups. You can place your design in a phone, just like you do on Photoshop and other on Photoshop majorly. You can place your design on a shirt here. You can do a sticker, a laptop. So there are different options here for you to explore in Canva. So let's see if this one is still loaded. I don't know why this thing is taking time. So let me try creating a new one and just see Instagram portrait size. So it's supposed to display the tools for me to start working on anything I want to work on. So I think it's coming up. So on Canva to zoom in, just to explain some little things that you might need to know. To zoom in, you see this page here. You can see this handle for you to zoom in and zoom out. This might be handy for you when you're working on something and you need to zoom in for so you can like pay attention to something you want to do. Then you can use that handle to zoom in. And then you can also create more pages like a carousel. You can duplicate page. Let's say you finish working on something on this particular board and you want to create a same look like a duplicate of it, and then edit one or two things, still maintaining the color and the font and other things. You can just click on duplicate page and then it's going to duplicate for you. So this thing is delaying us. So back to our elements here. There are different. Okay, I think I loaded the lookup. So So aside from that, the element houses a lot of things, but then network has refused to load it for us properly, so I can be able to show you guys all these things. So this is one of the problems I encounter whenever I try to do something on Canva. The network is always, if you have a bad network, it's going to be difficult for you. So yeah, I think this one has loaded now. So let me just start showing you guys. Let me show you guys can hear me. Wow. What the hell is wrong with this network? So if you can still hear me, just raise your hand so I'll be sure. My network is flopping. Samuel, can you hear me? Protech, can you hear me? Okay, okay. So my network is very bad. Um, okay, so we are here on the artboard. The tools I've loaded. So I'm just going to be creating a very simple and minimal webinar flyer, just something random. I don't really have like a specific idea, but then I'll just create a random something. So now this is the blank artboard. This is the blank canvas now. So if you click on position, there are things you need to know. This is arrangement here. This is layers. In Photoshop, we have layers. Here on Canva too, we have layers. So you can be able to align the elements in your design in a way that they would be organized. Now these are other things here. In Adobe Illustrator, we have stuff like bring to front, send to back. The same things are here on Canva. If you want a text to be on top of a particular shape, you can use some of these options here. So that's that about that. So now to start the design, I'm going to start by um changing the color of this our artboard is white, but then let me see if I can try a something like that. Not entirely white. Yeah, something like this now. So it is not like plain white, but then it's still white. So I would like to bring in a shape. Now, not to waste much time. Now when you want to bring in a shape, you need to go to elements. This is where stuff like that are aligned. Shape, images, this is where you get them. So let's wait for it to load. So like I explained in the first class, design is majorly just a combination of different elements, shape, images, text. That's what build up your design. So I'm going to bring in a shape, just a normal rectangle shape like this. Yeah, so just going to make it this size. Usually if I want to design, if I have something I want to design, what I do is I head over to Pinterest. This is Pinterest. Let me just show you guys. Um, network. So, but then if you know how to use Pinterest, you just go there and just search something. So this is like a resume template I was searching here, and then you can just search and get. I'm going to show you guys how to get like creative ideas for your design. But for what I'm going to be showing you guys how to design today, I already have like something I have in mind to do. So I'm not going to be diving too much into the temp getting mood boards like that. So anyways, let's not waste much time. The Pinterest is actually not loading. My network is very bad here. So back to Canva. Yeah, this is the mood board here. So usually I like to get the color palette of any brand that I'm working on. So let's say they have a color palette. Let me find the color palette in my PC so I can just have a guide to work with. So let me just quickly color palette. These are some color palettes I saved from the net, and so I'll just bring in this particular one, this one here, and then I'm not sure if I can drag and drop in Canva. I don't use Canva that much, so I don't know much. There are certain things I really can't say about Canva. So yeah, I can drag and drop. So I want to use, it actually did not drop. So in order, this is another example of how to import. Okay, it dropped actually. So this is it here. Let's say this is the color palette I want to work with for the brand. Let me be sure you guys can still hear me. What's going on? Oh boy, this thing. Can you see my screen now?
No, we can't. Okay, yes, yes, yes. We can see the screen now.
Okay, okay. Thank you. So I would continue from where I stopped to be sure I'm recording this. Okay, it's recording. So back here, this is what I was trying to show you guys here. I showed how to work on a template, but then I'm just going to show how to work on a design from scratch. So I just dragged and dropped this particular color palette just to use it as our brand color to work on here. I have an idea, something I just want to recreate something that I saw online. So I won't share it, I won't show you guys, but then I'm just trying to recreate something that I saw online. Just to show you guys an example here. So so I want to use this is our color palette, and then I'll select on this one, and then I'll pick the lighter color from here, which is the lighter color is the white, but then the background is white already, so I just want to use the yellow. So I'll go up here, tap on this color. You can see here on Canva we have the eyedropper tool. So pick, you can see they give you this option, pick a color from the design. So you can see here, I'll just go to this one here and pick on it. So this is the color I want. Then for this one, I'll just drop the size and just drop it somewhere around the design, so you can always pick colors from it. But then before I export, I'll delete it. So I want it to be like this, and then there is something else I can do. like to have grids, so to know where to place our details. I think that's in, because most times when I work on a design in Photoshop, I use Photoshop to design most of the time. I use grids to, it helps me know where to, position my stuffs and the rest. But then I forgot how to set up my grids here. I don't use Canva that much, so I'm not really familiar with a lot of things. So in order not to waste time, I'll just proceed. I already know how to align some of these details here. So this is a shape here. To get the shape, I went to the elements. For customers I just joined now, this is the shape. I went to elements and then I found shapes here. There are shapes icon here. There are different kind of shapes. Um, Rectangle shape, triangle shape, whatever. So I use the square shape here to place in this box here. So what I'm going to do is a webinar flyer. So then the next thing I'm going to do, I would love to have my speaker's image somewhere down like this, save on top of this box here. So I would import another shape again. So I'll just bring in um, this shape, and then I will use the color, the eyedropper tool, to pick colors from our color palette here. So you can see I would love to pick the darker one, so something like this, and then I would adjust the shape like this and take it up. So in this case we're going to have, let's say, two speakers. So I'll duplicate. To duplicate, you just need to hold Alt and drag. But the easier way to duplicate, in case you're using your phone, same thing we're doing here on PC, you can do it with your phone. If you click here, you can see duplicate. It automatically shows once you select any element. It could be an image, it could be shape, it could be text, anything. If you click on it, you can be able to duplicate it. So I just click on duplicate, and then I would I would duplicate this one like this, and then I'll just select another color. Let's say, so then I will select the color from here, go to the eyedropper tool, and then I'll pick another color like this. So this is where these shapes now are the shapes where I'll put in my speakers. Let's just assume I have two speakers like this. And then the next thing is to bring in my text. So if you can look from these tools here, you can see text option here. I'll select on the text option here. You can see Canva automatically gives us the option to bring in different sizes of fonts. It could bring in the headline text, sub headline, little body text. So for this one, we want a headline text. I want the headline to be here. So I'll tap on the headline text. You see it brings in this text for me. So I'm also going to show you guys how to like adjust your text and change colors as well. So text is a very important element in design. So now the title of our webinar is going to be let's say WhatsApp marketing bootcamp, something like that. So I'm just going to type in WhatsApp marketing bootcamp, for example, and then now this is the font, but then we want to adjust it properly. So let's say I'll place it here, but then I want it to be a bit bolder, and the spacing between each of the word is too much. So now this is where it brings us to this option here. Where's the option to, it's not the position. Yeah, you can see spacing here. So this is letter spacing, this is line spacing. Line spacing, it gives you the space between the lines. Like I said, we need to drop down this spacing. It's quite much. And then letter spacing is to space the letters, but then we don't want the letter spaced like this, so we just want it to be moderate like this. and then we can reduce the size of the text like this. And then I would love to change fonts, so you can try out different fonts. There are different fonts here on Canva. Let's wait for the fonts to load. So this one now is Canva Sans. You can make it bolder. This is actually on bold. If you can see from these options here, it's actually on bold, but there are fonts that will give you more bolder options, so your fonts can be looking like really bold. But then before our network is slowing down, so our fonts options are still loading, then I'll just type in another font. But the easier thing you can do is just to duplicate this particular font. Like I said earlier, once you tap on any element, you can see duplicate. So if you click on duplicate, it will create another type for you like this. Or you can just head over to these font options, and then you can just click on add sub text to give you a smaller version of the text here. So I want a text to be written down like this. So I think I wrote something down just to quickly explain. So if you have details that you're working on, probably your clients provided a detail for you for your design, you can just easily type it like this one. I'm just going to say drive in leads um, and boost sales using the right. This is just a fictional text that I typed out, so I'll just give you guys like using the right strategy to promote. So I'm just typing randomly. When I'm done typing, I'll come and adjust the size and other things to promote your product on WhatsApp like this now. So you can see, to be sure you guys can still hear me. Let me see. So Cosmos, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I'm hearing you clearly and seeing the screen
Oh, okay, okay.
quite clearly.
So back to this one here. So I want to reduce this font size. So if you tap on any of the handle here, you can be able to drop down the size of the text like this. So we just want to have a little body text like this here. So now you can see that from the font here, it's giving us this center alignments. The fonts are after the first line is aligning back to the center. I would not want it like that. Want it to be like to have a left alignment. So what you can do here, if you come from the top here, you can see alignment. If you tap on it, it aligns. It just hovers through different options for you like this. So we want a left alignment like this. So now it's currently having a left alignment, and then we can just tap this a bit to increase the size of the font slightly up like this, and then we break it down. Then we'll break it down something like this. So I'll just zoom out. I actually want to change this this particular font. I don't like this particular. It's not like it's not cool, but I want something bolder. But then our font options are not loading. Canva Sans.
I believe it's a network issue.
Sorry, I didn't get you very well.
I said it's a network issue or something.
Yeah, there is a network issue. So let me just leave it like this, even though I would like to change it. So let's drop this one from being bold. Let's leave it like that. So um, I want to reduce the rounded corners. For a shape like this, you can bring in a shape and you can adjust the corners. So if you come to border size here or border style, you can be able to reduce the corner. As you can see, the corners of the shape is reducing and increasing. So I'll just reduce it like this. I actually don't like this bright yellow. I wanted something lighter. Even though, for example, this might be the brand color, but for this the sake of this video, let me get something lighter like this. For example, the yellow is just too sharp. Let's say something like this. It's preferable for me because it makes our text to be more visible. So now let me try to bring in our guests. So these are our guests here, and then um, I would love to bring in a picture from Canva where I can remove the background, but I don't have a Canva Pro subscription. I cannot use the option to change background currently on Canva. So I'm just going to bring in a PNG picture from my phone, from my system, sorry. So, but then in Canva, if you have this Canva Pro subscription, once you bring in your image, there's an option to change it. Let me just try and show you guys how to do that, but then it's not going to work for me because I don't have a Canva Pro subscription. So if we go to image down here in our elements, I think option for photos, let me just search it. So let's say smiling young man with something like this. What's supposed to happen? So just these are you get images. There are a lot of images in Canva, so you can just basically just search and get an option. But if you have something that someone provided for you to work with, then you just need to work on it, work with it like that. So then network is slow, so I'll just move on to editing. So here now, if you guys can observe, I made a mistake here. These shapes that I dropped here to place in the image is not supposed to be shapes. Yeah, I'm supposed to drop in frames. So that's the difference between a shape and a frame. A shape is just a like this one that is here, this our yellow one here. While the frame is for you to place in pictures. So I wanted to place pictures inside this box, but then I cannot do that because these are just shapes and not frames. So from the pictures that I loaded, you can see this one is true. I cannot use it. So let me just show you guys how to bring in pictures from my phone, from my system. Sorry. So to import pictures, if you see from these options by the left, you can see upload. So I'll click on upload, and then this is to an option to explore my PC. These are images that I've uploaded in this my particular Canva account before. So to upload pictures, you can see this upload file. Click on upload file, take me straight to my PC, and then I'll just find pictures from the folder where I store pictures like this. I think it's okay. Yeah. So due to network glitches and time constraints, I could not continue the live class, so I had to just make this record and provide the video for those who are willing to learn. So I'll just pick up from where I stopped. Like I already have this particular design going on. So I would love to bring in the pictures of the guests here. So what I'm going to do now is to go to uploads from these options by the left. If I click on upload, I would have the option here to import images. Like I said, I don't have a Canva Pro subscription at the moment, so I would have used pictures from Canva to make an example here, but I don't have currently I don't have any Canva Pro subscription, so I'll just upload a PNG images directly from my PC. So I think I was trying to upload some of them yesterday, but they are still not loading. So this is the folder where I would love to pick some from. I'm trying to wait and see if the ones I have here would load. So let me see if if the ones I was trying to upload have been able to upload, but I can't see it loading. So let me select this one and see. So most times Canva has this network. Like if you don't have a strong network, it's going to affect your work. So for me here, I will just try and upload again. These ones are not They're not showing. So I think I wanted to use this. Let me find another one and see. So let me just use this one instead. This one, and let me upload it for the meantime. So it's uploading. You can see the progress from these options by the left. You see this thing is floating. So it's giving an option that the picture is currently uploading. So we need to upload another one. And if you can observe from the picture here, you can see those gray boxes, and darker gray and lighter gray. That is like an indication of PNG. So it means that this picture is a PNG, doesn't have background. So I would find another picture. This time I would just bring in a male's picture, just to give it that gender balance. So next thing, let me find a suitable male picture from this folder. Let me use this one like this. I think the first one has uploaded. Yeah, first one has uploaded. Yeah. So now if I double click it, you have to double click it so it will to bring in it to come directly to your project that you're working on. So this way, now we have this one like this. I actually wanted these boxes to have colors, this particular ones to have colors. So now it doesn't have color, but I think I can apply a color from here. So I'll just use the eyedropper tool and pick a color from our color palette that we brought in earlier, if you can recall. So this one too, same thing. I'll give it a color. Here, so then I'll drag the picture here. As we all know, these are frames. Yeah, these are frames. So so I want the frames, I want it to still have a background. I don't just want it to be like this. So first of all, let me just zoom closer. What is going on? So let me place it for the meantime like this. Then you can double click in case you want to resize the picture. You can double click on it, and we want the picture to be a little bit more zoomed and not just like this, not just too far. So I feel maybe I should flip the picture. So let me see. This is for crop. Okay, so position, and then okay, I can't find the option to, I want to like horizontally flip the picture so she will face the other side instead of facing like this. So what I want to do, I don't like the way this one is like this. I want it to have a background. So probably I'll just duplicate this one and try to place it back here, and I'll come to the position like this, and let's say send backwards. We have to now send backwards, and it's behind this main shape here. So I have to send this one backward as well, send to back. So now we have that balance like this. So I actually don't like the way this picture is flipped like this, and since I'm not very familiar with Canva, I can't easily find where to flip or rotate this picture. Undo. This is just a rotation. So anyways, this one has failed to upload, so let's wait for it to still upload the guy's image. So as I was saying earlier, I also wanted to change this font to something better. So let me try that. So now you can see these other ones have loaded. So let me try using Helvetica, and then I'll find the bold option there. So you can see it's bolder. I can still go ahead to find another one. Let me try this. So I'll just go with the Helvetica bold, and then from here I will adjust the spacing. I want it to be a little bit like this. Yeah, and then we have the details here. So I would zoom closer again this picture. I'll try and position it properly. So still waiting for our, so while we wait for the other picture to upload, I want this picture to have like a shadow below it, so we can be able to write the names here. So in the group, I earlier there was someone that asked a question on how to create shadows on Canva, so I'm going to show you how to do that now. So let's go to elements, then I'll bring in a shape like this, just a shape now, not a frame. This is just a shape, so we have to place it in a way that it matches this frame. So then you change the color to black, but then you use a gradient instead. So you can see here the solid color and then there's gradient. So if you click the gradients, you can be able to see that it gives you that gradient feel. So now I want to position it like this. I want the one that's positioned upside down. So let me see. So I was trying to see if there's an option to adjust the gradient colors. So then let me just show you how to do what I wanted to do though. So this is the gradient. So what you can do here is, there are two colors here. So all you need to do is to drop the opacity for one of the colors back to here. So you can select on this particular color and then you drop the transparency like this. So it gives you a shadow like kind of effect here. So all you just need to do is to bring it down so the shadow can be there, but this one is not giving me the right position. So let me try and see what I can do. I want this one, yeah. So you can see that it's looking like that already, and our picture is looking blurry because it's zoomed out. So now you can see that we're having that color. So I feel maybe we should give it the same blue color instead of a plain black. So I would select this and then I'll pick the blue. Yeah, so you can see now we have this blue shadows here like this. Okay, I think there should be an option to adjust this thing. I don't know. I think there should be an option to adjust the levels of the blue in a way, but then I'm not seeing the option, so I'll just leave it like that. Then we'll duplicate. For now, let's leave it like this. So what I'm going to do is to adjust the brightness of this lady's image. So I'll just go to edit images, so you can see adjust here. Then you can be able to play with, from here there's an option to remove the background in case you imported the picture, but you can see it's for premium people that have premium subscription. So for this one we don't have premium, so we cannot remove background. You can see the BG remover, magic, all these other ones, they are premium. So I'll just go to adjust and then I'll just adjust these things here.
like this, just to give the picture more, make it look more brighter and better. So let's do shadows whites. So you just need to play around with some of these options and then see what you can be able to achieve with it here. So this is what we have for this one. So let me zoom out and see. So then I can just duplicate this text just to bring it here and then type the name. So I don't know which name should we give her. Let's just say Messi, for example. Messi John. Yeah. So just zoom closer and then you can place it here and you change the color to white. For example, you can still drop the size of the font like this. So another thing you can do is, another, just to give it more light, you can go to the shapes and just drop down the size of the shape like this. I want it to still remain square. I don't know why it's, so we can drop down the size of the shape. Let me just bring in a square shape. The rounded rectangle shape is turning the shape to a circle for me. So can bring this here and then just to give it this, something like this. You can use a circle. Yeah, you can use a circle, you can use something like this. So let's just leave it like this. For example, Messi John, and then the other one, the images, I would go back to our uploads. Yeah, this one has uploaded. So yeah, we can bring it in, drop the size. Let me put it on the proper size. This is like an AI image. Yeah. So trying to ensure that the size is not too bigger than the lady's image, like it's giving the same sizing with that one. So still not even, anyways, let's just work on it like this here. All right, so this is what we have. So we have to go and bring in the, why is this picture not clear? I don't know why the picture is blurry, but it doesn't make sense like this. So it's too blurry. Maybe I'll try another picture. This one is not, it's not looking nice at all. So let me just undo the entire process. Okay, it's back. It's looking okay now. I think it was loading. So I would duplicate this now. This other shape here, this one I want to duplicate. I'll duplicate this one like this and place it here. And I'll just replace this, take this picture back. Then this one now I would go back to position, send backward. Yeah, so it doesn't send directly to, then I'll try and adjust this thing like this. So I want to zoom closer to be sure that they're properly in the proper position. Yeah, so you can see. So the next thing I have to do is to duplicate this particular shadow effect I did here, and then I'll place it on this one too. I think this one went to the left too much. Yeah, then the name, same thing. Yeah, so the name. So I can say, let me add a title, for example. Since we are talking about WhatsApp marketing, so I can give this one the title. I can say she's a business strategist and something like that. So let me just increase the size of this hand name a bit and take it up. Then I'll just duplicate the text and then type the title here. So let's say business strategist, for example. I didn't spell that well. Business strategist. Is there anything like strategist? Anyways, business woman. I don't really want to start cracking my head now. So business woman, for example. Then I would have to drop the size of the font like this. So this is just her title, and then I'll remove it from being bold. I'll remove the boldness and just leave it like this. I can still go and change the font and give us something different. See, yeah, so this one is better. It looks better for the, you can see, and the businesswoman doesn't look too nice. I think that strategist is meant to be correct now. Yeah, I wasn't spelling it well. So business strategist. So you can see the names and the title. So all I have to just do is to duplicate this same thing. I can duplicate them like this, and then I'll just take them here and place them same thing for the same for the guy as well. So the guy, I'm just going to edit the name, same thing. Let's say what name should we give this guy now? Jude Ebube. Jude Ebube. So just say entrepreneur, for example. All right, so an entrepreneur. So you see, we have our images here. If there are more speakers, for example, you're working on something like this and there are more speakers, you can go ahead to continue, aligning their pictures, and stuff like that. But for this one, we're going to leave it like this. So I think I should also change this font to something bold. Let me try this Roboto bold, and then adjust the spacing like this and increase the size slightly. So then probably we should duplicate this and just type the word speakers here. So for this you can even use a stylish font, but for this one I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use a normal font. So you can even use a cursive font for this, but I don't want to start going through the fonts panel to find a cursive font and all that. So I'm just going to type this. I'm going to make it all caps. So let's say I make it all caps, and then I'll drop the size a bit, and then I want to increase the spacing between the letters. Spacing between the letters, this is called kerning. So increase the kerning like this, and then I'll just place it here. So you can see we have our speakers here. It's coming out well, quite well. So okay, I did not add S to the speakers. So we have our speakers. or you can even say guest. Yeah, okay, but if you say guest, then we need to have like a host or something. So anyway, let's just leave it like this. No pressure. So now we have this, and then maybe we should bring these details down a bit. And in a case like this, you can have the business logo somewhere by the left here or anywhere that suits well. And then let's see, we need to add something like the dates. So let me say I would drop this size a bit like this, and then I'll just duplicate this and I'll and drop it down so it's turning to a circle. I don't like it being a circle like that, so I'll just increase the border size. It's too round, so I don't want it to be that round. I'll even love to increase the size of this thing like this, because this is where I'm going to put the dates, and I can still stretch it like this, for example. And then I'll just pick another color for this particular one. I'll just do eyedropper to pick this color, for example. And then yeah, I think that should be fine. Let me increase the border round the corners a bit, and then I'll just type in the dates. So I'll just type into this date. So this date is 13th September. So I'm just going to say, and this is Friday. I'm going to say Friday, for example. Or let me just Friday, and then the Friday will be very tiny, and then we'll say 15th, sorry, 13th September. And then let me just turn all of this to all caps, and then we can drop the size of all of it. But in that case, we just need to zoom in and try to position them inside this box, because I want them to be inside this particular box. So I would place it here. Obviously, I need to change the color of the font to white so it can fit. The color can blend well, and then you drop the size of this again, something like this. And then this one, I'll remove the boldness so it should just be light, just a light font. And then I'll increase the letter spacing a bit as well. Then we'll bring in the date, the proper date, drop the size a bit, change the color to white. Just same process like that of editing your text, letter spacing. So yeah, I'm just trying to just rush the process here, so it's not like this is not like an actual event. What happened to our picture? So I'm not seeing our picture again. I have to probably I mistakenly deleted the picture, so I have to do this process again. So place this, drop the size, drop the letter spacing, the color white. Yeah, so it's basically the Friday needs to be more smaller. And then I'm just trying to pay attention to some of the details here, something like that. So I'll drop the back to our picture here. I want to adjust it just like the way I adjusted the brightness of the other one. So our design is almost ready. We're almost done. It's just to add any other thing as necessary. So I can just do this like this, drop right. So I'm just randomly tweaking this thing the way I usually do it. You just need to know when to tweak depending on the picture that you have. You just need to know what to adjust here. But most times I increase the sharpen clarity, I increase brightness. Yeah, you can see I increase brightness a bit, I increase contrast, I drop highlights because some pictures have too much highlights. So it's just some little tricks like that, and then you just get a nice looking picture. So same thing. So I've done it like this. I can still do another style here. I'll just duplicate the shape, this particular shape, and just use this same shape to pick a color, let's say this color, and then I'll type in the time there on this particular one. So time, I think I need to increase the border width so it will still maintain the same border width. Okay, so this is where we're going to place the date. So I'm just going to zoom in. I'm just going to zoom in here and just duplicate this particular text, and then I'll use the color of the other one. So I'll just go to the color area and then I'll pick the color from here. You can see. And then let me just type in a time. Let's say 8:30 p.m. 8:30 p.m. Yeah, so this should do. Just drop the size like this. So there's other things you can do. You can even get icons and try to represent them in the design, try to align them, something like that. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just doing something very quick. So I don't need to start looking for icons because those, you take your time whenever you're working on a design. It's not important to just rush unless you have very, very limited time, then you can just do it quickly, but you can take your time and explore other options. So we just want to type in something here. So I want to type in something like join us, something like that. Or let me just type in like a bottom text. Yeah, this is a fictional design, so like I don't have any details that much. I only wrote down some of the details, and yeah, I think I've exhausted what I wrote down. So this one is just to show you guys how to do something like this. So I'll just type in something like be sure to join this training if you are really interested in improving your business. Yeah, so just something brief like this. Should even be small, and then I want to extend it. I have some corrections here from yeah, so this is it here. So you can align. So another thing is to align the text to be at the middle. So how do I align it now? So I can just go to position, same thing here. You can see middle, center. So you want to align it to the center. So I align to the center of this particular artboard, and then yeah. So the to type in the join live, I did not even put where this thing is going to hold. So we need to put something like join us live. Google Meet. Is it Google Meet? Is it is it Zoom? So let me just say join us live on Zoom. So what I have to do is to come here. I believe there should be a graphics element or an icon for Zoom. So let's say Zoom logo. You can see they already give me an option. But then most of them now are pro. That would be the problem. But I believe I'm supposed to see a free one. So let me try Google Meet. I'm just trying to do something quick. Google Meet logo. So you see, they are still pro. Let me just say live class. So it depends. If you're working on something like this and your clients provided definitely they will tell you where the class is going to hold. So you have to use exactly what they tell you. But for this one, I'm just exploring options. So let me just say Zoom. I can't seem to see the kind of thing I'm having in mind here. So I'll just put this here. Showing Canva, Pinterest. I'll just bring in this one and I'll just drop the size. I'll just place it here like this. Then I'll just duplicate this text down like this and I'll just say join us live, something like this. But I feel it's not doesn't look really nice there, so I'll put it here and then I will drop the font size, something like this, and then I'll reduce this one. So I think I should type the actual platform where it's going to hold, something like this, and I'll still add a kind of a rounded rectangle here so it's like look more presentable. And I'll duplicate this and I'll just say on Zoom, for example. Join us live on Zoom. Yeah, something like this would be better. So I'm just saying you can take your time if you're working on something like this. You can take your time to explore other options and see what works better. But for the sake of time, I'm just quickly trying to do this. So you just say join us live on Zoom. And then I'll just try to use a shape to just cover this here. So, and then the shape, I don't want it to be like a complete a fill color shape. I want it to be a stroke. So what do I do? Like this, let me just shape options, border. So you can see now I put it to be a stroke, then a stroke here. Then the fill color, I'll just set the color to none. This particular thing here, you see no color, set it to no color. So what we have now is just a stroke. Then I can still adjust the color to be our regular blue color for the brand, and then you can adjust the rounded rectangles. You see how it goes. And then you can also adjust the size of the stroke as well. Border width, you can see you can adjust the size of the stroke like this. I don't want it to be too thick, something like this is okay. So yeah, then I'll need to drop the size of some of these elements. I don't know why this one is not selecting. Yeah, so dropped it down like this. And then I'll just drop this. And I'll round it a bit more. Yeah, so this is what we have. So join us live on Zoom so you can see how it goes. Then I might just take this up slightly, and the borders, make it a bit less rounded. Yeah, so around this area you can just place a logo. So another thing I thought of doing is typing the handles of the probably the people that are hosting the training. So let's say Entrepreneurship Academy. I'm just typing anything. Entrepreneurship Academy. Then, like I told you before, we can either place this one here. I think it should just work nice here. So I can just put an icon. So I'll go back to here and I'll just put Facebook icon. You see, they seem to be premium. Okay, this one is free. So I'll just put Facebook and Instagram, and then I have to change the color to the blue color, and then drop the size. Now let me first of all bring in the Instagram. So say in Instagram icon, and then see all. So these ones are premium. Yeah, so I'm just going to use any of this. I know these are not the main Instagram icon, but I don't have any choice here. I just have to use one of this one. The other ones there, they're not really looking nice. The other ones that are free. So I'm just going to use this one, and then I'll change the color to the regular brown color, and then like this, and then I can just zoom closer and drop the size of these things here and place them in front here. You see, so I can still duplicate the text and just type a call to action, follow us. So I'm just doing anything here. This stuff might not really be necessary, but it's actually necessary, putting the handles of the people that are organizing the training. So you can see how it goes. Follow us on their handles there, and then I think I need to put an at here. Oh, sorry, I skipped. So shifts at. So this is what we have. I need to join this. I did not spell that well. So Academy. So this is just something quick and basic. So this is just a quick live class flyer. Yeah, just a quick live class flyer, nothing too serious. So I just want to add something on the background. just like a watermark on the background. So I'll just say business, random business icon. Icons, for example. So let me see random business icons. So let me just search business icons instead. So the problem I'm getting is that most of them are premium. So we need something that is free that we can use. So let me just bring in this one here. So we can see this one. So what I have to do is to position it to be at the back. So go back to our layers, and I want to put this, take it to the background. Yeah, so take it to the background here, like this. And then I can still duplicate it, but before I duplicate it, I would love to change the color to just some grayish color. So it's a watermark, it doesn't need to be too visible, so something like this. And then you can still duplicate it, and I need to position it again. So to easily position it, you can just say arrange sent back, you get, and it goes directly to the back. So you can just, I'm just using this because I don't have the Canva Pro subscription, but then if you have the subscription, you can explore something better. Then another thing you need to do is the transparency. You want to drop it down a bit so it doesn't obstruct the other details there. Yeah, so you can see what we have. So I'll just have to delete this our color palette so we can have our design easy going. So yeah, this is not very perfect. It's not very perfect like that, but then it's just something very quick. So I have to lock these particular layers so we can have a flow. So you can just lock some of these layers so they will not give you stress when you're trying to do other things. So you can see lock here, and I've locked those two, so I can easily copy these ones and adjust them slightly. Yeah, so I don't really want to waste much time continue trying to do other things here, but then yeah, I'll just leave it like this. So I'll just duplicate this just to have something like their logo at the top here, and then I'll just adjust the text and just place like an icon. Academy. So I'll just search entrepreneur logo. Entrepreneurship icon. So I just use anything here just to have something to show as a logo. So I don't think I'm even seeing any free something here. All of them are premium. So let me remove the entrepreneurship. Let me just put it as entrepreneur icon. Wow. So they all seem to be premium. Yeah. So I'm just going to use a shape like a rectangle or triangle shape or something instead of this. So let me just bring this triangle shape in order not to waste much time, and then just use this as the logo since I can't access something that can like look more better. Yeah, and I'll just change the color to be like this. So yeah, this is what we have. Nothing too serious, just a quick this thing. And okay, another thing I can do is just to break the logo so it doesn't look too long. I think I did not spell. I made a very serious mistake on this spellings here. Yeah, but sometimes you make some of these typography errors, you can just correct them, and then yeah, so this is basically what we have, and I'll just change it to all caps for sake of formality. And that is yeah, this is our design here. So you can just explore. I'm just showing you guys how to do something like this. It's not a must that you must adhere to all the patterns here, just something quick. So yeah, this is what we have. You guys can go ahead and explore and create something better. So thank you for watching. See you in the next class. Stay cool.